There are weapons or weapon families that appear more than once in the Battlefield franchise. Hello, this is Henry aka nVidia signing in, and welcome to Battlefield Compared, the series where we compare weapons that have more than one entry in the Battlefield series to see how they perform in their respective game. Today we're going to have a look at a personal favorite of mine, the Barrett family. Introduced in 1982, the M82 is a heavy anti-material rifle used to penetrate armor, detonate explosives from safe distance, take out vehicles, or eliminate hostile snipers. The M82 is adopted by many armies all over the world and has proved to be a reliable weapon, resulting in Barrett firearms manufacturing producing many different versions. One of these different versions is the M95 that is featured in Battlefield Bad Company 2. The M95 is a shorter bullpup configuration of the original M82, and unlike the M82, it is a bolt-action rifle, meaning that after every shot the next bullet has to be manually chambered by the operating sniper. In Bad Company 2, the M95 is unlocked at 34,000 points made in the Recon class, which means it is the 7th and last sniper rifle to be unlocked in the game. It deals a maximum of 100 and a minimum of 55 damage, and it takes 6.9 seconds for reload, which should be happening every now and then with only 5 rounds per mag. It is worth noticing that for every meter after the 19 meter mark, the damage of the weapon drops by 2.5 per meter, making closing with targets a viable tactic, as anything that is hit within 19 meters will be dead with just one hit to the chest. However, due to its slow aiming speed, keeping a fair distance as well as a loaded pistol as backup is recommended. The M95 does 7–18% damage to helicopters and about 10% damage to light vehicles without using magnum ammunition, which proves its role as an anti-material rifle. Moving on to Battlefield 3, we find two Barrett variants in the game. The M82A3, which is only featured in one single player mission, which is why we won't give it any more attention, and the M98 Bravo. The M98B uses the .338 Lapua Magnum ammunition, taking away its anti-vehicle abilities, but still making it an excellent long-range weapon. Unlocked at 146,000 points in the Recon class, the M98B is yet again the last sniper rifle to be unlocked by the leveling system. The weapon deals 95–59% damage with a 2x multiplayer for the head and a 1.06x multiplayer for the chest. The damage drop-off begins at 15 meters, which means that you can do one-hit kills to the upper body within that distance. The 5 bullets in your mag take 2.9 or 4.7 seconds to get reloaded, depending on whether the mag is fully unloaded or not. Compared to Battlefield 3, the M98B in Battlefield 4 shares similar stats, except it has a slightly slower rate of fire, slightly better hip fire, and twice the magazine capacity at 10+1 rounds instead of 5+1 rounds. It is unlocked at 34,000 points made with sniper rifles. The M82A3 is yet again featured in Battlefield 4, but only as a battle pickup weapon, meaning you can't unlock it. It deals a one-hit kill wherever you hit your enemy, and it is able to damage light vehicles. In Battlefield Hardline, the M82 and the M98B are featured as unlockable weapons. However, their performance is quite different than in previous installments. The M98B in Hardline came with the release of the Betrayal DLC and is pretty similar to the M95 from Bad Company 2, as the lack of a straight pull bolt requires you to unscope after every shot. The rechambering speed is slow with just 27 rounds per minute, and you're able to do heavy damage to non-armored vehicles. The weapon deals a maximum damage of 100 up to until 50 meters and is at a minimum damage of 50 at 125 meters. Depending on whether you reload a partly unloaded mag or a fully unloaded mag, it takes either 3.2 or 5 seconds until you're combat ready again. While the gun lacks speed, it sure deals a lot of damage, especially against vehicles, as you're able to deal up to 27% damage to a helicopter depending on where you hit him, which means you're actually able to take down helicopters and cars by yourself, as you have 10+1 rounds per mag, and you also serve as a great role as an assistance for taking out vehicles in hotwire, which to me was a lot of fun while gathering recordings for this video. The M82 on the other hand is pretty disappointing, as it uses the caliber 416 cartridge for balancing reasons instead of the caliber 50 Browning machine gun ammunition that it usually chambers in other games. Introduced with the release of the Robbery DLC for a price of $100,000, the M82 is a slow-firing semi-automatic sniper rifle with a very high velocity of 800 meters per second, making the bullets reach their target even faster than the M98B. You can deal between 50 and 34 damage per hit, meaning that you could need up to 3 shots to actually kill someone. The weapon is able to shoot 1 bullet per second, so I wouldn't recommend using it in close quarter combat, as you could need more than 3 seconds to kill your opponent if you don't hit him directly in his face, which is more than enough time for him to kill you. Also, you only have 5+1 rounds per magazine, and you'll need 3.8 or 5.2 seconds to reload. Other from that, the weapon is not suited to damage vehicles at all. After comparing all those weapons, I think that the M95 from Bad Company 2 is my favorite out of all the entries, very closely followed by the M98B in Hardline, while the M82 caliber 416 is definitely my least favorite, as it has way too poor damage output while being pretty slow. So, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please let me know. Otherwise, tell me what I should improve. I've been your host Ninfreak, have a nice day, and I'm signing out.